So for anyone out there looking to buy a house right now, I feel your pain. Steph and I are looking to buy a house right now. We just got off the phone with our lender, and the affordability based off of 7+% interest rates is painful. But to be honest, as a real estate agent, it's kind of a good thing. It's kind of a blessing in disguise for me to go through this process again, because it reminds me of all the pains and struggles that everyone is going through right now. The affordability has gotten so bad that the city, the county, and the state are all starting to step in to try and have some solutions for this affordability crisis, which we'll get to here in a minute. But before we get into that, I just want to show you exactly how bad it's gotten. At the beginning of this year, we were at about a 3% interest rate. And at that point, if you bought $1 million house, put 20% down on that house, your monthly payment would be around $4,700. Compare that to today at around a 7.5% interest rate, you're looking at a $7,000 monthly mortgage payment. That is a massive 50% increase on the cost of your monthly mortgage for the same price home. I know. Prices are going to come crashing down, and that's going to save us all, right? Wrong. Okay, just hear me out. Prices have dropped a little bit here in San Diego County, and they potentially will continue to drop a little bit more. I think that's completely feasible to think the prices will continue to come down a little bit. However, if you're looking for a major crash, there's one big problem with that situation. And that's the fact there are not enough new homes hitting the market. When you're looking at the current market right now, the amount of homes for sale is declining, it's decreasing. And why is that? Because people are locked in at a interest rate of 2.5% or 3% on their current mortgage. Why would they want to sell that house and buy another home for 7.5% if we get up to 8% interest rates? It's terrifying for someone that has a very stable 2.5% or 3% mortgage interest rate. So what we're seeing right now is the inventory, the homes for sale here in San Diego, is declining. And the reality is we need to see a massive increase of homes available for sale and for rent if we want to see prices come down at any significant rate. And I'm not the only one that's seeing this problem. The local government, the city, the state, and the county are all seeing it as well. And I'm going to talk about some specific programs that are putting into place now to help encourage more homes being built and actually build some affordable homes themselves. So first off, and this is really interesting, the city of San Diego and San Diego County local governments came together for a joint meeting for the first time in over 2 decades to discuss this affordability, this housing crisis that we're having. Now, you wouldn't think it'd be a big deal for the City Council and the San Diego County Board of Supervisors to meet, but it's been over 22 years. Before that, it had been a long time as well. There's actually been a lot of friction between county and city, and this is something that needs to be resolved, so it's really interesting to see them come together. So the result of this meeting is they decided to build 10,000 subsidized affordable housing units here in San Diego, and they're going to do that by opening up some government land to allow that to happen. This meeting was a good thing that happened. Our local governments need to meet more often and have less friction so that they can work together for solutions. And I don't want to discount what an undertaking it's going to be to build 10,000 units here in San Diego. I mean, that's a lot of construction, that's a lot of homes, that's a massive cost. However, it's pretty much a drop in the bucket for a county of 3.35 million people. So we need to see more programs installed. We need to see more housing being built, and we're just not seeing it. It's becoming harder and harder for developers to make money and to build here in California, and especially here in San Diego. So what may be even more interesting than our local governments coming together is our California governor and presidential nominee, are we allowed to say that yet? Mr. Gavin Newsom himself just signed legislation to streamline the housing approval process. So this is exactly what we need. Specifically, what was signed was Senate State Bill 6 and Assembly Bill 2011, which will incentivize housing projects in commercial corridors otherwise zoned for large and retail office buildings to fill the state's multi-million unit shortage in its housing supply. Basically, the thought is convert old vacant stores and strip malls into low-income and middle-income housing, which is a pretty cool idea, right? So I've seen some suggestions that these bills could create over 1 million new homes and over 100,000 construction jobs, which sounds great. We'll see how it actually plays out, which goes into effect on July 1st of 2023. So the reality is it's still going to be a little while before we see any of these new developments being built or seeing how it's going to play out. And what do you think? Are these steps in the right or the wrong direction to help with our affordability housing crisis here in San Diego? On one hand, I'm all for building more homes here in San Diego. We need more homes. There has to be some type of sacrifice for that. But in this case, these may or may not be the right homes or in the right areas. And the thing that I always worry about, especially here in California is how many of these funds are going to be money grabs, how much corruption is going to be involved with the transfer of funds going around for all of this new development. If this goes through as planned, it's going to create more high-paying jobs, there's going to be more investment opportunities, hopefully less bureaucracy to get these projects off the ground faster. And just a reminder, if you are ever looking to buy or sell a home here in San Diego County, my team, the Best Life Home Team, we would love to help you out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.